Are you a racist? Do you hate Mexicans? The media calls us racist for wanting to build Trump's wall. They censor us, but it doesn't change the truth. Joe Biden's open border is killing Ohioans. I nearly lost my mother to the poison coming across our border. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because whatever they call us, we will put America first.
I feel like you could have saved yourself some time and just started with this.
Are you a racist? Do you hate Mexicans?
And then jump to this.
I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message.
This ad by a Republican Senate candidate in Ohio, JD Vance, has skipped the dog whistles and went full racism in an attempt to appeal to Republican voters.
Calls us racist for wanting to build Trump's wall. They censor us, but it doesn't change the truth. Joe Biden's open border is killing Ohioans, with more illegal drugs and more Democrat voters pouring into this country. This issue is personal.
I mean, this man opted to blame border issues for his mother's long-term and extensively documented by Vance himself in his book, issues with prescription pills.
This issue is personal.
I mean, mate, the last time I checked, Purdue was on this side of the southern border. But do we really expect anything less from a person who tweeted this just hours after the on-set death of Helena Hutchins? And let's not bypass the tiresome and extensively disputed Great Replacement theory that he throws in for good measure.
With more illegal drugs and more Democrat voters pouring into this country.
But as a self-professed good friend of Marjorie Taylor Greene, he refused to condemn her for attending a white supremacist event. So of course, this is the angle of his campaign.
To stab our friends in the back, and then we wonder why the left always wins, even though we sometimes win elections because we're constantly stabbing our friends in the back. The accusation against Marjorie is pretty simple, that she appeared at a conference where somebody said something bad. And I asked, did she say something bad at the conference? I actually watched her remarks. I agreed with nearly every word that she said. I absolutely refuse to do it to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is my friend, and she did nothing wrong. She said nothing wrong, and I'm absolutely not going to throw her under the bus or anybody else who's a friend of mine.
Racism, it sells for Republicans. So many of them run on it, and the rest, well, they stay silent when they're asked to condemn it. So if you're expecting Mitch McConnell or any more of the dated members of the Republican Party to condemn this, or at the very least voice their opposition of this man heading to public office, I'll let Ted Lieu remind you of what Republicans had to say the last time two of their own party members were criticized for attending an openly racist white nationalist event. Take it away, Ted.
And let me now tell you all the actions that House Republican leadership took against these two Republican members who attended and spoke at a white nationalist conference last month. I yield back.